Alright, hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to First Strike, hosted by myself, Brandon Friesen and Shane Wall.
I feel like you do most of the hosting.
I do like the introduction, and I feel like you kind of take it from there, and I kind of sit here and watch you do your thing, and then every now and again when you mention the N64, I can throw in a comment, but other than that, I'm like, I don't even need to be here.
N64?
Yeah, is that not what that thing was called?
No.
Are you not familiar with it?
Is that like a handheld, like mobile?
No, it came out at the same time as the Panasonic 3DO.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that one.
Yeah, it's the extension.
Oh.
It's the Panasonic 3DO N64.
Yeah, 3DO for life. Once we hit like 1,000 subscribers, I'll show off my 3DO tattoo that I have.
1,000 subscribers?
Yeah.
Are you gonna get a 3DO tattoo at 1,000 subscribers?
I might. Yeah, I would.
Is that what you just announced?
Yeah, I would. Well, I already have one.
Oh yeah.
Big 3DO fan here.
Yeah, big 3DO fan.
I'm a big fan of the 3DO.
Anyway, what is up, guys? Welcome back to this week's podcast, episode 4. Before we start, just I want to thank you, everybody who's been supporting what we're doing. Everyone who's been coming out to the live streams and been watching them afterwards. Again, your support is very much appreciated.
Absolutely.
And we will get into this. Shane, take us away with the news.
With the news.
With the news.
Here we go. Yeah.
Live from the guy who would rather eat a newspaper.
Well, it depends on what we're debating here about the newspaper, but whatever. Probably the biggest news of the week. No, we're going to change it. The second biggest news topic of the week is the PlayStation held a big conference showing off their new PS4s. The current one is not a thing anymore. It's done.
Oh, they're not producing it anymore?
Nope.
Oh.
Now you have two choices. You can go with the PS4 Slim, or you can go with the PS4 Pro.
And what's the difference?
The difference being the PS4 Pro has a bunch of extra advantages that the PS4 Slim does not.
Such as?
Such as the biggest thing being double the GPU power that it has.
Not even, okay.
Double, yeah. So this is really only a big deal if you have a 4K TV that has HDR technology built into it already. It's not a big deal if you... I don't know. It's kind of stupid.
The Pro thing?
Yeah.
How do you feel with the Slim?
Oh, the Slim is fine. It doesn't look as good, doesn't look as classy, but it's there.
Okay, fair enough.
And it's retailed for us Canadians at $379, which isn't bad.
Okay, that's the Slim. Is the Pro like double?
The Pro
the
is
price?
$499.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a
And
step.
it kind of looks like a Big Mac. Like there's 3 layers to it.
Like a Mac?
Like a Big Mac.
Oh, a Big Mac. I was thinking like a MacBook.
No, like a Big Mac. I don't know. It's kind of dumb. I'm not the biggest fan of it. But it comes with a terabyte hard drive, which is nice because my PS4 is totally out of space. It only came with 500 gigs.
How big are the games on your damn thing?
Well, the problem is you go buy a game from the store,
Yeah.
and you have to install between 20 and 80 gigs on your system yet.
Per game?
Per game.
Oh, shit. Then 500's nothing.
Yeah, it really isn't, so it's kind of stupid.
I felt like on the 360, 500 gigs was plenty.
Yeah, it's not just save files and replays and shit. Like, it's actually games that you have to do that way. So that's kind of stupid. But at least it's going to be a terabyte. But yeah, if you don't have a 4K TV or monitor or whatever, it's really not worth it.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
It's supposed to work better with the PlayStation VR stuff, which is why I might buy it.
I imagine it would if it was double the power. Does the Slim have any different specs than like the PS4 that is being produced right now?
No.
So it's just smaller.
It's smaller. It should use less power. It should overheat less.
Overheat less.
That's about it.
Okay.
It's still going to be your 500 gigs like the current platform is.
Yeah.
But whatever, you have options now, which is kind of nice, I guess. I don't know. But whatever, that's the main news for the day. Also PlayStation related is there's a few new games coming out. I mean, it's on Xbox too, but whatever. The BioShock remaster. Did you ever play BioShock at all?
Not personally. I've heard good things.
It's very good.
I've heard very good things. A lot of them from you, believe it or not.
Yeah, I really liked it. I'll never forget playing it for the first time. I had never played BioShock before. I never heard of it. Nothing. It was just, I bought it as a lot of 360 games.
Yeah.
When I had a 360, it was still current. And I decided to give it a shot, and I was blown away at how good this game was. The setting, the music, the gameplay, everything was fantastic.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to go back and play it again, because I haven't played it for at least 5 years, maybe 6.
It's on the Steam library, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I actually own it.
Oh.
But I haven't played it.
You should probably play it. It's very good.
I'm more of a PC gamer, but the problem with that is my PC is almost trash. So.
Well, they ported BioShock to iOS, so you should be fine.
For iOS? Really?
Yeah.
Is that how bad my computer is?
No, they ported it, but it looks worse than a 64 game.
Oh, for real?
On iOS, yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's nasty.
I mean, I've seen some pretty serious phone games, like graphics-wise. Worse than a 60. I find that hard to believe. I thought you didn't know what that was.
A 3DO. It's worse than a 3DO.
It's worse than a 3DO game, yeah.
So, whatever. Yeah, that's out. That's cool. I'm tempted to buy that. Same with the new NHL game. I haven't bought one since NHL 13. Whatever. Nobody cares about sports, but...
Well, it's because it's going to be the same game. That's the difference.
Whatever. I like it.
Yeah.
Sort of. Sometimes. Whatever. Also, in Japan, I'm a big fan of this. I love this system. Nobody else does. It doesn't sell well.
The Dreamcast.
No.
Oh.
It's current.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the UVA from
The UVA.
the UVA.
The Ouya?
The Ouya. I always call it an UVA.
It's not an UVA.
The Ouya, that's what it's
no,
called.
it's
Thank
the
you.
PlayStation Vita.
Oh yeah.
I love this handheld. It is the sexiest handheld that you can get.
It does look pretty, I'll give it that.
I love it. They're getting 2 different colors in Japan. A silver and a red.
A red?
Yeah, the silver one gets me excited. I would like that.
I mean, you got a silver PS2 Slim in,
Yeah?
which is really pretty. I think silver just looks better than black in a lot of cases.
Yeah?
I really like it, personally. I don't know. But the red, I like the sound of the red.
Yeah, the red is okay. I'm not a big red guy. You are.
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you can throw that outside the shop.
Yeah, I don't even like red. It's a stupid color. Really ugly.
So, everybody, go buy a Vita. Support this thing. There's thousands of games for it. It's awesome. The screen is as nice as you can get. Everything about it is great. I don't know why it failed. It blows my mind. But I love it.
I mean, some things just don't... I don't know how their marketing was on that thing. Did they put a lot of time into that? Or was it just...
Not really. They gave up on it fast.
Yeah.
They tried to push it hard for about a year. They got an Uncharted on there, Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Forget what else there was for big titles. Borderlands 2 got ported to it.
No. I feel like if Sony put as much time into promoting that thing as Nintendo did with the 3DS, I think it could have done a lot better. Because I feel like Nintendo puts more time into the 3DS than their...
I just don't understand how 3DS can outsell the Vita.
Because Mario.
That system is a big pile of trash compared to the Vita.
3DS?
Yep.
But it's 3D.
Nah, who cares about that?
Hey, but just reckless about... It's 3D.
Well, 3DO,
Wasn't 3D.
Virtual Boy.
Perfect. No, that's... The Virtual
Yeah.
Boy trumps all other systems.
Everybody go buy my one Virtual Boy. that I have.
No, don't do that, actually. I like that thing.
Yeah. What else is there? It's not really news. No, it is news. It's a big deal. So, if anybody watched the podcast last time, me and Brandon had a bet, a $50 bet,
Yeah.
about Mario being on the next PlayStation console.
That is correct.
This is an ongoing bet. I'm going to win. Spoiler alert. I win.
Apparently, according to Shane.
And to prove this even more,
Mm-hmm.
Apple held their new iPhone 7 conference
Yep.
thing
Yep.
that doesn't come with a headphone jack.
Can we just take a minute
we
to
don't-
bitch about that for a second?
Yeah.
Why the hell doesn't it come with the headphone jack?
The stupidest decision they can make.
No, like, I think that's all, like, they made the camera is better, you can low light image it, whatever. They did all the things to do with every iPhone. And then they took out the headphone jack?
I don't understand.
I think it was just to sell these $160 Bluetooth fucking
Oh,
earbuds.
absolutely, to push sales.
That was the only reason they did it.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't give a shit about any customer. That's purely for sales.
And that's been my biggest problem with Apple. I hate the iPhone and everything about it. I hate you can't expand the memory, you can't remove the battery, put a new battery in there easily. The iTunes thing, everything has to be through iTunes. Who wants this shit? I used to like Apple. I had an iPod.
Oh.
iPod Nano.
Oh, man.
But you could use it as a storage device. You just plug it into your computer, you add drop music as much as you want. That's what it was. It was great.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's complete shit.
Nah, Apple's turned into just a corporation that's money hungry as fuck.
I just don't understand. No headphone jack? Nobody wants the Apple headphones. They suck.
Okay, here's what I hate, though, just purely about that. Because they did it, and because they have the power that they have, other companies might start transitioning to that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But Bluetooth headphones are not there yet in quality.
No, they're
really
really
not. And that's the problem. If Bluetooth headphones were good, fine. Sign me up.
I'm not even totally down because they're so damn expensive. You can go get a pair of headphones for like $40. These things cost $160. It's quadruple the price.
Well, it's Apple and their typical bullshit of overpricing their products.
Fair enough, but still, like that's just another upsell that we don't need to have.
It is. But the coolest part of that conference, that nobody could have guessed this.
Yeah.
Shigeru Miyamoto shows up himself to announce a Mario game on iOS, which is pretty cool.
I mean, I think everybody expected it, actually. There was a lot of rumors about it going around.
Yeah, I mean, Pokemon Go kind of made sense. Nintendo said themselves they were going to start pushing the mobile market.
Yeah, I saw it coming.
Yeah, so that's there. Sure, whatever. It's a phone game. It's going to suck. I hate phone games.
I mean, but it's Mario. A licensed Mario game.
I really don't care.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shitty licensed Mario games.
Maybe you can get a headphone jack to N64 controller converter. Oh, wait, no, never mind. The iPhone's not going to have a headphone jack. Never mind, scratch that.
I mean, whatever. They come with a thing you plug in the bottom, and then you can put your headphone jack through there.
Oh.
But then you can't charge your phone.
Yeah, you can't charge your phone at the same time.
Yeah, so whatever. It's stupid. I hate it. But Mario on iPhone is interesting. It's coming to Android as well. Android is king. That's the way to go. There's just no reason not to get an Android phone.
I'm not going to argue with you about it. Like, I can't defend iPhone. No. I only use it because I'm comfortable with it and I don't want to switch phones. You're absolutely right that Android is better. They give you so much more.
You have a PC at home.
I do.
You should really have a Mac at home instead.
I guess I should, yeah. Well, technically...
And then you would get a PC and you would realize the freedom.
No, hold on a second. Hold on a second. If I have a PC, I don't want an Android. I obviously want a Windows phone.
Oh, yes.
I'm obviously going to want the Windows phone.
You need the 42 megapixel Nokia Lumina, whatever the hell
I need that thing, obviously. The biggest phone in the market right now.
To take a lot of pictures, for sure.
That's all I use my phone for. I don't text, I don't call.
Nope.
Mostly because I have no friends, but...
So to piggyback off this Mario on iPhone thing, it's just evident that this is going to end up being on Xbox One and PS5, whatever it is.
No, still don't buy it.
I'm going to be severely pissed off if all of a sudden Microsoft gets an exclusive deal with Nintendo.
Oh, yeah. And
for the Xbox 2 or whatever, the Xbox 180, whatever the hell they're going to call it.
If they call it the Xbox 2, I'm going to be really mad.
Yeah, they might. You never know.
I'm going to be real pissed off.
Whatever. If it ends up being on there and not PS5 and you win on a freaking technicality like that, holy shit, I would be pissed off.
I mean, that could happen, but I really just don't think it's going to come out on either.
That's your only saving grace.
No, I don't think it's going to come out on either.
That is your only thing.
I don't know, dude.
You should really start becoming friends with Bill Gates on this.
Just to try and upsell him
to make this $50
to buy Nintendo.
So we're going to play a fun little game here. There have been 7 Mario games by Nintendo made for other systems. What are they? Can you name one?
Unlikely. If the chat wants to help me out here while I'm thinking.
Yeah, the chat can help.
Go for it if you know them. Don't Google it. That's kind of lame.
Yeah, don't Google it.
If you want to Bing it, though, that's fine.
To be honest, I knew about 5 of them. There was 2 I did not.
Could you give me a console one of them is on?
Atari.
Ooh. Was it only on Atari, or was it on...
It was also on ColecoVision.
ColecoVision. Mario typing?
No.
Was that not on a third party? Not third party, an alternate company's console?
Mario typing?
Yeah.
That might be on the list.
I thought that was on the list.
It's not on Atari, but...
Oh, but is that on the list? Is that one of them?
It might be.
Hey, I know one!
It might be.
That just came to my mind now. Shoot. I can't believe you've never told that story yet. No, I think that I'm gonna say Mario Typing is the only one I actually know
Yeah?
or can think of. I'm even surprised that came into my mind 5 seconds ago.
Okay. The first one was Super Mario Brothers Special.
Special.
Yeah.
Hey.
It was special because it was on a Sharp PC and an NEC PC.
A PC.
Yeah.
Does that really count?
Sure.
All right.
Licensed by Nintendo, used on these other systems. That was one.
Did it play like a Mario Bros. Game?
Yeah, it didn't look as good as the NES version,
Okay.
but it was on there. That's the important thing. Nintendo had a nice little partnership with Sharp. They also made a special Sharp TV
No?
that was licensed by Nintendo that came with a Nintendo built into the TV.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
That's pretty sweet.
yeah.
I thought my VCR built
Wait,
into my
that
TV
might
was
be
cool.
wrong. I can't remember now. It's been a long time since I heard about it. But Nintendo is related to this TV. Either it has Nintendo written on it somewhere or something, but a lot of people go nuts for this thing. It's hard to find. Goes for $200, $300, $400, $500, whatever it is.
Okay.
I mean, shipping is a bitch.
If it's really built into the TV, that's fucking sweet.
I can't remember if it was. I could be wrong on that. But Hotel Mario on the Philips CDI.
Definitely don't know that one.
No, you know those really, really bad Zelda games you see?
Yeah, I know Zelda City. Yeah, I know those.
Yeah, it's the same idea. It was a terrible game. It was like puzzle based.
That whole CDI shit was just a bad idea in general.
Yeah, are we gonna go with PlayStation or are we gonna go with Philips CDI? Yeah, let's do Philips CDI.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's a good idea,
What am I
right?
thinking? Betamax or VCR?
Yeah, HD DVD or Blu-ray. What's the better idea here?
Yeah.
Punchball Mario was also on a Sharp PC, a better Sharp PC than the earlier one, but had a tie with Hudson. I don't know if you know Hudson.
I do know Hudson. They were part of, I know a few games they were in. I can't think of them right now, but I know the company.
Mario Party.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking of, but okay.
Yeah, they did a lot of the Mario Party stuff. All of the Mario Party stuff.
Okay. I was
So
thinking
that
of
was on there. That's not a big deal. And then, as you mentioned before, Mario Typing
Boom! I was right! I knew one!
was on Mac.
It's on the Mac.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Also, Mario Go Fish, which I actually played when it was a thing.
Does it even count as a Mario game?
Yeah, I mean, whatever, sure.
Hey, Koopa Troopa.
Then there's the weirdest game I think on the list is Super Mario Brothers When I Grow Up. It was an educational game for MS-DOS.
For MS-DOS. Holy
Yeah.
shit, okay.
That was very strange, very weird, not really fun at all. It was all educational. Not a lot of fun, but whatever, that's on there. Donkey Kong on Coleco and Atari. That's the famous thing where Atari had the option to buy Nintendo's distribution rights in North America
Yeah.
for super cheap, and they said, nah, we're good. What's Mario going to be?
Imagine if they said yes.
Ah. Well, Mario would have never became Mario. It would have been
Something different, yeah.
complete shit. It would have been useless. Never would have gone anywhere.
That's a crazy
But they
thought.
had the option. Nintendo would not have been a thing
just
had this been turned
just
down.
change that little event in history.
Yep.
Man.
That would have changed by that much. Also, Mario was missing on MS-DOS. That's the last one.
No.
It eventually came to Super Nintendo and NES. It's a
So
horrible game.
is it Mario's
Yeah,
missing? What
yeah,
kind of
it's-
game is it like a
It's a Luigi. You play as Luigi, and you try to find Mario.
Oh.
But it's very educational, and you're at like museums and stuff, and whatever. It didn't play well.
I didn't know there was like a Luigi based game before Luigi's Mansion.
There was.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's kinda cool. I don't care if the game was shit, just the fact that they did that for Luigi is kinda cool.
Yeah, Nintendo had some solid ideas in the 80s.
Mm.
But, yeah, that is all for the news? No. No,
Oh.
that's not.
Oh.
So as everybody knows, I'm a big Sega fan.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah.
There's probably 2 in Manitoba, Canada, for you Americans watching.
2 Manitoba, about 6 in Canada as a whole.
Probably.
Yeah.
So this new Sonic Mania game is coming
Yeah.
out for PS4, Xbox One, PC.
Yeah.
It actually looks good.
The game itself?
The game itself actually looks good, which I have not said about a Sonic game since Sonic Adventure 2 was in development, and that game looked good. So
I mean, I think a lot of Sonic games look good, but they don't play good.
well, that's what I mean, look good. Like,
Yeah. Like
whatever.
Sonic Colors
Most
looks
of
great.
the Sonic games that have been coming out, I've been very nervous about it. Don't think it's going to be a thing. It's going to be shit. I've been very nervous about it. But this one looks really good. And gosh darn it.
Oh,
The
gee
collector's
whiz.
edition
Gee
for this
willikers.
thing? Son of a bitch. I saw this thing today. It got released today. And I pre-ordered it within 3 minutes.
Oh, wow. You
Yeah.
were that sold on it that fast?
That quick. And the only reason it took 3 minutes is my PayPal wasn't working for some reason. I don't know what it was. But the case is a very Sega Genesis looking case. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It comes with a 12-inch or 1 foot. They made a big deal to put it as 12-inch. Statue of Sonic on a Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
And there's a button.
Yeah.
And when you push this button,
How excited you get about this?
oh, so excited about this. It actually says Sega,
Yeah, like the
like it's
original.
supposed to.
Yeah.
So I love that. It also comes with a Sega Genesis cartridge with a ring, whatever, and then a key for the game. I'm a little disappointed they didn't have a disc with the game on there.
Yeah.
I was hoping that was going to be part of it, but
Nah,
I mean
no way.
that statue is good enough for me.
I think you're just such a Sega fanboy, which I almost think you're only excited for the game because of the collector's edition thing that you're gonna get with it.
That's true. I was probably going to buy it, but I would have never pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
But now
Just because of that damn statue that says
oh
Sega.
man, that is going to be at the front of my desk. I'm going to hit that button after every sale. Sega! Every time.
I
That's what's
do
gonna
love
happen.
that sound. Like that makes you. It's a good sound.
Iconic.
It is iconic. I love that thing.
One day we're going to do a podcast where it mostly resolves around Sega.
Resolves.
Yeah.
It's gonna resolve around Sega.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. I'm gonna have a total of about 11 words said total throughout the podcast, but it's fine. It's fine. You go away. You
Basically, as a spoiler alert, Sega had about 5% of the market, the 8-bit market, between the Master System, the NES, and a bunch of other random shit. 5%.
Yeah.
By the end of the 16-bit, they took 55 to 60%. To make that jump as a company,
It
to
is impressive.
overthrow Nintendo in that era is incredible. It's awesome. It's amazing.
And then Nintendo went and bought them.
They didn't buy them.
That's kind of what happened.
No,
Yeah, they bought them.
they did not.
Yeah, they did.
What do you mean they bought them?
They bought them out.
They did not.
What happened?
They did not buy them. Similar to what Nintendo is going to do, Sega started putting out their games for other consoles. Nintendo had exclusive rights to Sonic Adventure DX and Sonic Adventure 2 were just ports of the Dreamcast. After that, Crazy Taxi was on all the consoles, Soul Calibur was on all the consoles,
I thought it was like a rare
Sonic
situation.
Heroes was on everything, Sonic Riders, all that stuff. After that, everything got whatever. There's no more exclusive stuff aside from the recent Sonic Booms, Sonic Lost World, and all that garbage that's on the Wii U
Yeah.
and the 3DS.
I thought it was like a rare situation where they bought out the company.
No, never
Okay.
did.
That's my misinterpretation then.
Well, I would know.
Yeah, you would. You would know. Mr.
Clearly.
Sega. Final boss of the Sega world.
No, I wouldn't say that. But I do love my Sega.
Yeah, one day I'll get around to collecting that system.
But that's all I got for news. I'm tired of talking. We're going to end this podcast now.
Thank you everyone for coming out. Have a good night. See you next week. I'm lying. We're going to move on though. Thank you, Shane, for the news. We're going to move on to the news store trades and stuff this week. Not a lot has happened. Not a lot, but there are some things that are pretty damn funny. I know Shane just said he was tired of talking, but he has a story he's dying to tell involving apparently some cosplay insanity.
Yeah, this didn't happen recently, but it was so weird that it's a story I have to tell because it's so freaking weird. So, man, what was it? 4 or 5 years ago, my wife and I moved to Halifax, Nova Scotia, which is a, 50-hour drive from where we are. It's
long,
like,
yeah.
Whatever. We're in Manitoba. We are literally in the center of Canada, center of North America.
Smack down.
Like, just right there. It's as centered as you can get. We moved all the way to the East Coast by the Atlantic Ocean. That's where we moved to. And it was awesome. I loved it. Kind of wish I was still there.
Thanks.
Whatever.
Yeah.
We would have met somehow. No,
I really don't think we would have.
No, we wouldn't.
Maybe in like an online chat over, I don't know, World of Warcraft, which I know you're dying to play.
No, not really. So we moved there. I didn't have a job because I've never been there before. We were lucky that my wife was working at a grocery chain store here. That was able to transfer her over there, so we had some income coming in that way. So I was looking for a job. I didn't really care. We're just here to have fun. It's not a career move here or anything.
No.
So I eventually got a job at Walmart in the electronics department, which was fun. I mean, whatever. I always wanted to work at an electronics store of some sort. Eventually leading to this. This is by far better.
It's kind of the dream of any nerd.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I feel like everybody has
So
that.
I got there. Things were good. And eventually I started working with the security guys there quite a bit, which was a lot of fun. Talking with the security guys, getting to know them and everything. Eventually I started working a little bit of security. It was a lot of fun. But I noticed the weirdest thing. This is a subtopic off of what we were going on. But nobody was talking to me. Like, for the guys I worked with in the electronics, nobody would talk to me. Everybody would stay away. And I was confused. Like, I think I'm a likable guy. I think, like, I'm good at this. Like, whatever. In the past, I had managed a Sears store in town, which was kind of a big deal. It's a huge chain across Canada. I was the manager there. It was awesome. So this, Walmart bullshit job is easy. It's the easiest thing you can ever do.
No.
And I'm working with a bunch of, 18 to 30-year-olds, and it's not a big deal, but nobody would talk to me. It was the weirdest thing. And then all of a sudden, one guy comes up to me, and he's like, "Hey, man." Like, yeah? Like, what's up? Like, I've been working with you for 3 months, 4 months now.
Just said a word to me.
This is the first time you talked to me. Like, what's up? It's like, "Hey, man, are you a cop?" What?
What? Yeah, what?
But I kind of rolled with it. I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "Well, we've had a lot of people coming, we've heard a lot of rumors about cops being hired by the Walmart here because they've had so much stuff stolen. It was the number one Walmart in Canada for theft. Everything was being stolen."
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
You hear that, guys? Canadians steal. I bet you didn't know that.
We do. So that, whatever, I roll with it a little bit. I'm like, yeah, I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
Like, what's it to you? What is this coming from? What are you talking about? It's like, well, you move here out of nowhere. You say you're from Manitoba. You have your own car. Nobody here has cars. Insurance is too much.
Oh, shit.
You're hanging with the security team and you've been here for 3 months. It doesn't add up. What's the deal? So I didn't say anything. I just rolled with it. Freaking everybody in that department thought I was a cop.
That's so funny.
It was the funniest thing. And, like, the even better thing is the manager of the entire Walmart,
Yeah.
which is a big position. That's way above anything I've ever done. Like, that's huge.
Yeah.
He kind of thought it, too. He would never give me shit for anything. And I would be able to talk back to him, say things that I wanted to say, whatever. And he had no issue with it, and he just kind of dealt with it. So everybody here thought I was a cop. And I'm not. Never was.
Nope.
I thought about it once, but no, never did it. But whatever, that's a whole different thing. Also, one day, it's late at night before closing. It was around Christmas. We were open late. This guy comes in there with the best cosplay for Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid that you can imagine.
Into your Walmart in Halifax?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he thought he was Solid Snake. He comes in there and he's like, "I'm hiding from somebody." Like, excuse me, what?
What are you talking about, dude?
And he's just like looking around. He's got his bandana flowing. He's got all sorts of like gear on and everything. And he's talking with a deep voice. All sorts of shit. It was the weirdest thing. And then he wanted to come and buy some Call of Duty game or something eventually.
Like Snake does.
Like Solid Snake does, yeah. So it was the weirdest thing I've probably ever seen. I didn't expect that.
I would have abused... I'm going back to the cop thing. I would have abused the shit out of that.
I definitely did.
Because, like, oh my god. I like how their entire department believed it.
Yeah.
And even your manager started
even
to
the
think
manager of the Walmart, I think, believed it.
I just like to think that he's like, coming up to you, like, you're doing a really shit job at your job. And he
Yeah.
comes up and he's like, you're doing good, man. You're doing real good.
Yeah, it was strange.
And then you're just like, don't fucking talk to me.
The amount of looks I would get from people working there while I'm just going on my break. Like, everybody just kind of... And then just go the other way. Like, it was... Never had an experience like that. It was a lot of fun.
Man, that's way too funny. Way too funny. Also, I wish I could saw the Snake cosplay, because... if it's that accurate...
I don't know. He was on something for sure.
I'm sure he was just messing with you. I have to imagine.
Huh?
Like, maybe a guy with a camera was...
Halifax is a big enough place that there is a lot of whack jobs.
Sure, but... come on, you think he goes everywhere around town dressed as Solid Snake?
I don't know. I don't know.
Either way, that's a fucking funny story. I wish you told me that before.
Yeah, I wanted to save it for this.
Oh, it's brutal. In terms of something else that's really kind of gross, a woman came in here a while ago claiming her DS games were stolen. And whatever, she's looking through a bunch of Shane's stock and she was saying, these are my games, I swear to God, these are mine. And Shane's like, well, I mean, I got a lot of games in here. I know the guys who brought these in. Like, they can't be yours. They're not thieves, right? And she's like, no, I can tell these are mine. My teeth marks are in them.
She said she had teeth marks in these DS games that she bid on.
Yeah.
And I knew who traded these in.
Yeah, personally.
They were buddies of mine.
Yeah.
So I know that's not it. So we plugged it into a DS. I showed her the file the file names were different than what she said. They had 150 hours on there.
Yeah.
Whatever. But it gets worse, and you can go ahead with that.
Yeah, it gets a lot worse. Anyway, she says she bit these games so she could tell they're hers. Because, forget writing your name on it or something. She bites them. Whatever. Like a week or two later, Shane gets a call, like he does, from this chick saying she has 4 Xbox 360 controllers she wants to trade in for 1 Xbox One controller. Based on the stock we had right now, that was actually a pretty good deal, so we rolled with it.
Yeah,
By
why
we,
not?
I mean Shane. I wasn't even here. So she comes in with these controllers, and apparently one is a third-party controller.
Yeah.
Just a shitty one, too. Like, not even...
Yeah,
Or
complete
was-
trash.
yeah, just
But
okay.
still, a 3-for-1 deal, I would still do it because I need more 360 controllers in here.
Yeah, there you go. You got a second one, which apparently is brand new looking. Like,
Oh,
it looks
yeah.
great.
Perfect.
Flawless.
It's still sitting over there. It was great.
Yeah, he took that one in for trade.
Heck yeah.
And there were 2 more. And Shane kind of gave me a mental image of what... because I wasn't here during this. But there were chunks missing from the joysticks. Like big chunks. And I've had that happen to my controllers before. Like, I don't know, I've had that. So Shane asks, why are these chunks missing? And a response, oh, I bite them!
Oh! Oh!
I just imagine
Yuck!
Shane having the worst cringe at that comment. Because it's like, I don't know, can you describe how much of the plastic and rubber was missing?
Basically, you take a German Shepherd and you give them a controller for a day. That's what it looked like. The joysticks, not just the rubber on top of the plastic stick, the plastic was off all over the place. It's like she took 8 bites around the stick.
Just biting around.
Oh, man. I just immediately told her, I can't take that in. That is... No, I just can't. Sorry.
That's disgusting.
And then she leaves the shop, and then she mentions that, like, whatever, thanks for nothing. What do you mean, thanks for nothing? You didn't tell me there was half your controller missing.
Because you ate it! Come on! Whatever, that's probably the grossest thing that's ever happened in the store before.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I couldn't even... if you actually bought them off her, I would probably
No. What can I do with that?
I don't even. I don't want to know. I don't even want to talk
I
about it.
could be stranded on a desert island and have a TV with electricity for some reason, a 360, and no controllers. I still would not take these controllers.
It's disgusting. I don't want to put my fucking thumbs on that.
No.
Nasty. Oh, whatever. She's gone now. Let's hope she doesn't come back. And if you're watching this podcast, we're sorry we couldn't take in your controllers.
I'm sorry, but it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Please change it. I would rather you start smoking or drinking over doing that.
In other trades, actual trades and things that we've taken in, last week we were talking about a huge GameCube bundle that Shane had coming in. This week we got an N64 lot coming in, which is pretty cool. Shane got for about $400. The biggest title in it would be Conker's Bad Fur Day, which is pretty sweet.
But there were some other heavy hitters too.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what they were. Can you?
Harvest Moon.
Yeah, shit, Harvest Moon was in it, which is a rare title.
Super Smash Brothers.
Boomstick. Mario Kart was in that?
Mario Kart, Mario Party 1. Road Rash, not really a big one, but
I had like
there. Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah.
Probably the worst rare game made.
No.
Yeah,
No. You haven't played Star Fox Adventures. That's the problem. Donkey Kong 64 was a gem that not enough people appreciate. Think it's better than Banjo-Kazooie? Personally?
No.
Personally, I think
Not
it's
a
better.
chance.
No, it's probably not. I gotta finish playing through that
Not
one.
a chance.
Other stuff. Apparently somebody on Kijiji was advertising their original Xbox plus 12 shitty games and a controller, 2 controllers.
Yeah, Kijiji is sort of like Craigslist for you Americans, if you're watching.
It's on the same sort of platform type thing. And this woman was looking for $300 for her original Xbox.
$300.
For this, like, an original, which 12, apparently not even good titles. Like Sports Gate, whatever the hell they were.
Yeah, they weren't good.
So,
I would sell this whole lot at about $100 in my shop.
yeah. The Xbox being
Which
like
is
80.
already inflated because I'm a store.
Yeah, there you go.
So she wanted $300. So I commented on there. 300 or 30?
Yeah.
And she commented back. She said 300.
How did you come to that number?
So then I looked at the other stuff she had for sale.
Yeah.
She's got a 3DS lot with a 3DS, not even an XL, just a 3DS, 2 Pokemon games, which is good, and then a bunch of trash. So whatever, I'm figuring, whatever, she's inflating the price of this like crazy. It should probably be around $200.
Yeah.
No, she wants $500.
Yeah.
$500
For this damn
for this.
3DS.
That if you bought all of this shit brand new from any store, it still wouldn't have been $500.
Because it wasn't even like an XL, was it? It was a
No.
regular?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I don't know how she came to that number, but whatever. And yeah, that's gonna do it for store trades. Not a lot, but what we did get's pretty freaking damn cool. What a shame we let those 2 Xbox controllers with all the chunks missing go. That would have been a great piece to have.
I mean, they were custom chewed.
They
I
were
guess.
custom chewed. Yeah, she actually bit out Mario characters in.
Well, I thought they were Halo.
All right, yeah, sorry. She bit out the Halo Master Chief's face into the. No.
She could have at least said that Resident Evil 5 and 6 was so damn compelling that she started biting things around her.
Or she could have lied. Same with my dog.
That's what I would have done.
Yeah, but no, she just admitted, no, I bite them.
Oh, man.
The thought in my mind, because you have to like be trying to bite. If it's like an analog, whatever. That's that. We're gonna move on. Our next segment is gonna be quick fire reviews. How this works?
Oh, I forgot about this one. I gotta talk some more.
Yeah, you do. It's a podcast. I don't know what you came in here expecting.
You need to do more talking.
Sit here and play backgammon. You had a lot of stories this week to tell. I didn't.
Sorry, people.
Plus, you're more of the voice candy of the show. Whatever, this quick fire reviews. I have 15 games here I'm going to name off for Shane, and he's going to review them in one sentence.
15?
15? You say that every time I say that.
Oh, yeah, I swear it keeps growing.
No, it's been 15 since episode 1.
Okay.
Alright. So, we're going to open it up with the original Pac-Man arcade game.
The original Pac-Man?
Yep, just Pac-Man.
If you wanted to be cool in the 80s and get all the ladies, you play Pac-Man and you get that high score.
Really? I don't buy that for a second.
100%.
So, like, between being the quarterback of the high school football team and having the high score in Pac-Man, you want the high
Equal.
score in Pac-Man? Wow.
Yep. Legit.
Why can't the world still
The high
like
school
that?
quarterback wished he could play Pac-Man.
Wish you could get the high score.
Yeah.
And if you could do both, women were dropping their pants for you.
Yeah.
Just on the street as you walked by.
That's not even an exaggeration. It was a big deal.
Did you ever have the high score?
No. I didn't grow up in that age.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, this would be different.
This is funny, though. We'll go with PlayStation All-Stars. The ripoff of Smash Bros.
In typical Sony fashion, they try to rip off Nintendo and do a terrible, terrible job. Nobody cares about it. It sells poorly. It was given away for free. Complete shit.
Yeah, the characters selection wasn't even that great. It was
Yeah,
missing Crash.
Yeah, you can't get Crash in there.
You couldn't play as Spyro. You couldn't play as... who else am I thinking of? I had like a list of characters that
Yeah,
should have been in
right.
the game.
Yeah. Poorly developed, poorly everything.
Next we have Shadow of the Ninja.
Shadow of the Ninja?
Yeah.
The most rented game of my entire life.
Hey.
And I love every bit of it.
Yeah, I think you actually talked about that last week on the podcast. If I'm right. We're talking about rentals.
Made by Natsumi, the makers of Harvest Moon.
Boomstick. Next we'll go for Need for Speed, Most Wanted.
Most Wanted 2012 or Most Wanted 2005?
The GameCube release, so 2005.
The last good Need for Speed game.
Boom! Word for word, what your brother said you were gonna say.
Really?
Word for word! Bam! Thank you, Caden.
Awesome, awesome game. Why they stray away from this formula, I don't understand. They haven't come close, and the 360 port is very, very good.
Is it?
Yep.
I did like the one. I also liked Underground 2 quite a bit. Wii Sports.
The best-selling game of all time. The shittiest game to ever hold that title. I hate the Wii. It sucks.
Gay, quote unquote game, if you wanna. Whatever. We'll
A
go. With,
glorified tech demo.
yeah, there you go. Boom. We'll go Super Mario RPG.
Super Mario RPG hurts me a little bit because that's what Square Enix and Nintendo were doing. That's what they could have done in the future, and that all fell out. It's an awesome game. It's not the best Square Enix RPG. It's still fantastic. Everything about it is good. Go play it.
That's how I feel with Paper Mario. I don't know. We'll go Dark Souls.
Dark Souls, everybody says, is a very difficult game. It's probably not that hard.
You haven't played it though,
I have not played it,
so we can't give.
but I would bet that there's a lot of NES titles that are way more difficult than this Dark Souls bullshit.
I'll buy that. No, I'll buy that. There were some real difficult games on the NES. Streets of Rage.
Which one?
The very first one.
The very first
The
one?
very first Streets of Rage.
That was the first one I ever played. I played it on a whim. I had never heard of it before. It blew my mind how fun it was, how awesome the music was. Just awesome. Awesome game. Awesome series. Can't believe there was only 3 games and they never went further. Can't believe it. What the hell is Sega thinking?
Sonic and Knuckles.
Very cool. Very good idea. Enjoyed the game. It was probably the best Sonic game on the Genesis. The whole linking carts together was awesome. Big fan. Yeah, should have kept going with that. It was very good.
The multiplayer was trash though. But yeah, no, I liked it. Although I think I like Sonic 2 more than Sonic and Knuckles. Jurassic Park on the Genesis.
Which one?
Not really sure. Caden told me to put it on this list.
Okay.
So just pick one. I don't know. Let's go Lost World.
I'm going to go with the shittiest one.
Okay.
That was more like a virtual tour of Jurassic Park.
Oh, good. That's what you want. And
It felt like a PC game. It was not very good.
Yeah.
There was no gameplay, really.
Was it just like a literally
It
a
was choppy
slideshow?
as hell. It was not very good.
Okay, fair enough. Crash Tag Team Racing.
That's the PS2 one.
It's all yeah, it's on the PS2. Nitro Kart was on the GameCube.
Crash Tag Team Racing wasn't needed.
Oh, I think you got some fanboys who hate you for saying that.
There's too many Crash Kart Racing, and it's just another example of Sony ripping off Nintendo.
Yeah, it's pretty much Double Dash. Welcome to the team.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 3?
Grand Theft Auto 3 was one of those games I always heard about, but didn't care enough to play.
What Grand Theft Auto games did you play?
Vice City, and I played 5 a little bit. No, Grand Theft Auto 2. The top-down version.
Yeah, I played that for a little bit. I couldn't.
So, the popularity of Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City as a student in school made me realize that the GameCube was not as good as I thought it was, and it was in big trouble.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Hey, that's not what I was expecting. San Andreas was my favorite, personally. I freaking love that game. It is the best story just ever. Hexen on the Nintendo 64.
Hexen's okay. You don't have a lot of good games to choose from on the 64.
You have some.
You got some.
You have some.
But
the ones that are good are great.
See, Hexen on 64 gets about a 7.5 out of 10. Whereas if that was on the PS1, it probably gets a 5 out of 10 in comparison. There just wasn't enough good games on the 64 that Hexen was actually good enough. Whatever, not a big deal.
Hexen was fine. I didn't mind it. Star Fox Adventures for the GameCube.
The last game made by Rare on a Nintendo console. That was very strange, but not as bad as what people say.
I don't think it is as bad as people say. I think people are... Okay, that game, the story of it is, if you don't know, it was originally called Dinosaur Planet for the Nintendo 64. I think if they released it as Dinosaur Planet for the Nintendo 64 instead of Star Fox Adventures, it would have been seen as a better game. But because they put the Star Fox skin on it and made it like a Zelda game, because it wasn't intended to be a Star Fox game originally, I think that's actually why people hate it. Because it wasn't Star Fox 64, they made it a total... Whatever, that's my view on that whole situation. And then we'll close off the list with Conker's Bad Fur Day.
If you wanted to feel like a rebel, you would go rent Conker's Bad Fur Day and give that a shot. And it was awesome. So much fun. Love that game. The number one game that you did not want your parents to walk into at that time.
Yeah, apparently. We just have a comment from the chat here saying, Tag Team Racing wasn't even really a racing game. The best part of the game was the other levels.
Kind of like Mario Sunshine.
Yeah. No, I can read into that. Yeah, anyway, that's going to be our quickfire reviews. Thank you for participating, Shane. Shout out to the 11 people watching live right now. I think that's our record. As sad as that might be.
I thought the first one had more.
It might have, yeah. The premiere might have had more than that. Whatever, that's that. We're going to move on to our 3-topic discussion. Shane, how do you want to open this up?
What if I didn't write anything down for this one?
I didn't either, so we're going to wing it.
Okay. Genres we hate.
Okay. I'm going to open it up with the one that came to my mind after you said that, because I didn't think about this prior. And it would be every MOBA ever. I fucking hate MOBAs. I know it's like this beloved thing in the generation we're in, but I've tried to get into them. I've tried League of Legends. I put more effort into Dota. Hated that one too. WoW. Heroes of the Storm. I hate all of them.
Yeah.
They're all kind of the same. The concept is, get your team to take over so-and-so from this top-down perspective. I just can't... I want to like them because of how big they are, but I can't. It's kind of how I feel with Super Mario Sunshine. Not Sunshine, Galaxy. Like, I want to like it, but I just can't.
Yeah. The closest thing to a MOBA I've played is Destiny.
Okay, it's not quite the same, but...
Not quite, but very close.
Yeah.
And it was okay. Just okay.
Yeah, it's just the genre itself. I don't care what you change, what you make different. If you put a Zelda skin on it, I'm just not going to like it. I don't like how it plays. I know there's going to be a lot of people in the chat or watching who are going to be upset with me, but I can't do it. What do you have to say?
I agree 100%. Not a big MOBA
Not big
guy.
on the MOBAs.
Not a big fan of the MOBAs.
Not a big on the MOBA.
Also, I hate RTS games. Real-time strategy.
Oh, hey.
So, similar to the League of Legends stuff, Fire Emblem even, any RPG that They always suck me in when they announce RPG that has a turn-based combat.
Yeah,
I get
I
excited.
love turn-based
I
combat.
get excited, and then they announce, oh yeah, it's grid-based RTS mode. Okay, no, now I'm done.
Now
I can't play it.
Way to step
I
on my
hate that.
dreams.
Absolutely hate it. Can't do it.
I haven't played enough RTS games to give a fair opinion on it. I don't know. I bought. I'm a big fan of the Army Men games on the Nintendo. Actually, it's not on the Nintendo either. Not solely.
64.
Yeah, it was on the 64. It's on the GameCube. It was on the PS1. Yeah, there's an Army Men RTS game I bought because I really like the Army Men
Now
games.
you bought off me.
Yeah, I bought it off you actually
Yeah.
from the store. And I haven't played much of it. Put like 10 minutes into it. Couldn't.
The original price tag of $69.95 was on there. That was kind of cute.
Oh, holy shit! Really?
Yeah.
I've even looked at. I've seen that price tag. I think I tried peeling it off without actually looking at it.
Yeah, it could be. It was on there.
$70.
Yeah.
Gross.
Oh, I can't imagine. Can't imagine dropping that amount of money on that thing.
Just a guy walking in and he's like, I'm gonna pick this up.
Yeah.
Oh, brutal. I know what N64 games used to be like $70 a piece for even the shittiest ones. Back
Oh,
when-
more.
Yeah, back when that was new.
More.
I can't believe that's a thing.
I remember we had a shop in town here. They had a bass fishing game at $89.99.
Bass.
I bet you this game is under $7 on eBay right now.
Bass fishing.
Bass fish, $89.99. I saw it every time I walked in. I thought it was hilarious.
How do you even get away with that?
I also hate puzzle games.
Yeah.
If you wanted, there's one game that I hate so much that people love that I just would never play it. I can't. Portal.
Oh, Portal.
Hate Portal.
Oh.
I can't do Portal.
I'm expecting you to say Professor Layton for a second.
That's up there. That's pretty bad.
I
but-
couldn't play that one. I know I couldn't. Portal's different. I don't know. It's just the concept of it I like a little more. Are you just not smart enough? Is that the problem?
No, the problem is I'm smart enough. I could do it, but I realize the effort involved in doing that is not worth it to me as entertainment, so I choose not to do it.
Okay, but at the same time, you have Zelda games, which have a lot of puzzle elements in the dungeons. It's different, but
It
it's
is.
a puzzle.
Yeah, but I can sort of deal with that. I can deal with some puzzle stuff, but not...
When the game is solely based around
Yeah,
it.
not when that's the entire game. Then I can't do it.
That's fair enough. In Portal, there's no storyline. It's get out, escape.
Yeah. don't
Zelda,
like
you
it.
have a bit of a storyline with puzzles thrown into the dungeons. Whatever, that's fine. Those are the genres, I guess. MOBAs, I can agree with all three of those for the most part.
Yeah,
Puzzles I can deal
agree.
with though.
I
can't deal with
didn't even
puzzles.
put MOBAs on my list, but we should have had it on there.
It's just a bad genre. Alright, we're gonna move on. We're gonna do another topic I didn't prepare for, which would be hidden gems. Games that not many people say are great, but we personally think
Yeah.
are just awesome.
But we're going to take a quick 2-minute break
We're gonna take a quick 2-minute break
because I need to use the restroom.
because Shane needs to use the restroom. We'll be back momentarily. Talk amongst yourselves in the chat. And we're back. Alright, before we get into our hidden gems, I just want to point out a comment from the chat, which I think is interesting, and I want to think about for a second. Portal is cool, but to me it has no replay value. Legend of Zelda definitely does. Why do you think that is? Because you've now played finally through a Zelda game. Could you play through Zelda 1 and 2 again?
I kind of want to play Zelda 2 again instead of playing Link to the Past like I'm playing.
Yeah, because, yeah, okay. Fun fact, Shane likes Zelda 2 more than Link to the Past, which is interesting to me. Because...
Zelda 2, I'm probably going to enjoy more than any other Zelda game.
Very possible. Very possible. You just like the JRPG feel to it, apparently. I don't know. Although I don't know what that is. Maybe it's because Portal is very linear, and there's nothing... It's kind of straightforward what you have to do. Zelda has... It's an open world you get to explore. There's NPCs you can talk to. I imagine that's why it has so much more replay value. I don't know. There's more music in it, which, helps the experience.
Yeah.
I don't know. The game's just bigger and broader as a whole, so I guess I would say that is why the Zelda games have much more of a replay value. But thank you, Ellen, for that comment. I thought that was something interesting to think about. Anyway, hidden gems that me and Shane have played that we really love and I don't know if people appreciate. One of mine is going to be a game you wouldn't expect to play on the GameCube. I brought it up with Shane because I want him to play it. It's called Codename Kids Next Door Operation Video Game. I know this sounds like that shitty $4 title based off of a show you pick up, like the Finding Nemo game, which is on every damn console. But this game's really good, and I can't... The boss fights and the level design and how you get to the boss fight, it's kind of like a Mario 64 type deal. A little less like Mario 64, but that kind of...
You gotta be careful when you compare it to Mario 64.
It's a very watered down, very, very watered down, different take on Mario 64. And it's... I'm not saying it's like it's as good as Mario 64. But it's worth the time to play, I would say. I can't really explain it because of how stupid it sounds, but it's surprisingly good for what it is. There's like gun upgrades you can get in the game. You go through the levels, and I say gun upgrades are like toys, but they work as guns. Yeah, and throughout the levels you collect these hidden machine parts to make the guns. There's like 4 on each level you have to collect, and you get the new upgrade. And the game gets surprisingly hard at certain points. So
You've played it that long?
I beat the game.
Wow.
I've played through it like 4 times. I got it first when I was 10, so that could have a factor in why I like it so much.
See, the only reason I know this game exists is when I was opening this store, I grabbed the shittiest game I could find, and that's where I hid all my money from the bank that I took out to fund the store, and I had all that money stuck in there because I'm like, who's going to take this game?
Is that the game you used?
Yeah.
Codename
And it was on the inside. Yeah, Codename Video Game, whatever the hell it was called. Yeah, that was the one.
Holy shit. That's
the only reason why I even know this game exists.
I would think you'd take Mary, Kate, and Ashley, Sweet 16.
No, we were playing that.
That's when you guys were... I can't believe I haven't told that yet.
We played that... The most played game, while I had people helping me out opening the store, was Mary Kate and Ashley Sweet 16 on the GameCube. That's not even a joke. But hidden gem for me would be on the 64, Vigilante 8, specifically Second Defense, which was the second one.
Really didn't expect an N64 game.
Made by Activision.
Okay.
Very good. Music was awesome. Basically, it's a ripoff of Twisted Metal.
There you go. Oh, okay, yeah.
You're driving these cars, you pick up weapons, you try to destroy the other cars.
Okay, so
that's how the game
Twisted
goes.
Metal, it's a...
Yeah, but I liked it better than Twisted Metal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love those games. I think 2 or 4 was my favorite.
Probably 4.
Might have been 4. I can't remember, but I don't know. I liked one of them a lot.
Vigilante 8, Second Defense. Fantastic game.
I have another game, which is a rip-off of another game. I love Extreme G for the N64. It's a game not enough people really know about. It's pretty much a rip-off of F-Zero. You're in these really fast motorbikes, just going at stupid high speeds through these futuristic tracks. I think it's a really good racing game. I've played the F-Zero on the N64, and comparing those two specifically, I actually think Extreme G is better. There's also a battle mode in Extreme G, kind of like in Mario 64, which I think is really fun too.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Oh, you played it?
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. I don't know. I just think that game was underappreciated for what it was. I know racing games are all kind of the same, but that one, I don't know. It stuck out for the console at the time. I haven't played Extreme G2 or Extreme G3 on the GameCube, which I only found out about a couple weeks ago. So yeah, those are mine. Are you good?
No, I got another one.
Oh, share.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, we can sit here in silence for 10 minutes.
Yeah, see, the problem is I just forgot
Oh, no, I can see the problem there.
what I was going to say.
Understandable. Understandable.
It was good.
You have, Caden in the chat has agreed that Vigilante 8 is the best. Can't tell if you're thinking or taking a deuce in your chair. I think you just went to the bathroom.
I had something and it just completely slipped my mind.
Maybe you should write it down.
It was an NES or a Super Nintendo title.
Dragon Warrior 3!
No.
How cool would it have been if that was right?
It is a good game, though.
Well, for now, we'll move on. And if he remembers, we'll come back to it.
Oh, man, does it bug me that I can't remember.
We're gonna come back to it. For now, those are our hidden gems.
Well, we can go with a different one.
Okay. Do you have a different one?
Yeah. As a Sega fanboy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The Revenge of Shinobi
Oh, we've talked about that one.
was a very good Sega Genesis game. You're this ninja with wicked music playing. You're going through these stages, fighting these bosses, fighting other ninjas. You felt so powerful with this guy.
Yeah.
All the items you got, you felt so powerful, but every hit that you took was really damaging.
Oh, like stupidly high damaging?
Yeah.
Kind of like at the start of Zelda 2?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, yeah.
So it was a very interesting game that way. Wicked music on the Sega Genesis. Really loved the game. Yeah. Not a lot of people played it.
Not a lot of people.
Especially all you Nintendo guys probably didn't play it.
I don't know what Nintendo is. I don't know what Sega is either. I was
RC Pro Am on Nintendo. Extremely underrated game. Made by Rare, same people as Donkey Kong, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Banjo-Kazooie, all that stuff.
RC Pro-Am.
Yep. You're controlling these RC cars. There's like, I don't know, 60 different levels that you're racing around and stuff. There's items, you shoot stuff. That was another really good one.
I feel like Fable for the Xbox is underrated, like the original Fable.
I wouldn't call it a hidden gem, though.
Not quite a hidden gem, but I would say it's underrated. I know whenever I bring up Fable with anybody I know, maybe it's because I'm in a younger age group, but they've all said, yeah, I love Fable 2 and Fable 3. I'm like, oh, you play Fable 1? No.
Really, eh?
No, I haven't done that. I think that game's great for what it was. For the time, when it came out, when it was...
Oh, absolutely.
Like, the whole what you do affects who you are in the game.
Yeah.
That was incredible for the time it came out.
Even though it was kind of...
It didn't change much.
No, it didn't change much, but you felt
Yeah,
like...
it had this illusion that it affected everything.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I thought that was really cool. Plus, the game looked pretty damn pretty for the
Yep,
time.
absolutely.
Those graphics were
And it was
freaking
weird
sweet.
that was on the Xbox instead of the PS2. It just felt like such a PS2 game.
Yeah, I
But it was
could
on the
definitely see it
Xbox.
on the PS2. I don't know, I think that one was underrated. And, and Snowboard Kids.
Oh, come on.
Snowboard Kids is
Snowboard Kids.
such a good game.
He bugs me about this every day he comes in here, why I don't have this damn game for 64. It's just not that good.
I forgot about it for so long. My buddy Nick, he's an internet friend of mine, he brought it up, and I told him I didn't know what the hell this game was. And like a year later, I was just thinking about the snowboarding game I played as a kid. And just I was like, oh! Snowboard Kids! that game that Nick was bugging me about. And then I went like a whole tangent with him about it. But holy shit, I don't care to all you people who think Snowboarding 1080 was a great game on the N64. Snowboard Kids was a bomb-ass multiplayer game. It had some awesome extra modes where you could shoot snowmen. It was just so good.
It wasn't that good.
It was so good. I think you were too old to appreciate it when you played it.
That could be. It was published by Atlas, which does a lot of RPGs for Vita and PS3, PS4, stuff like that. So that part's kind of interesting, but...
Wow, that's funny. They made a game on the N64. A snowboarding title.
Yeah, snowboarding title of all things.
It's kind of funny. But yeah, that's going to do it for our hidden gems. We're going to move on. This next segment is going to be what the N64 did right and what it did wrong. Shane's been excited for this one because he says he's going to teach me things that I don't know.
Yeah.
So teach me things I don't know.
I've been excited about this one. This was basically the first console that came out that I actually paid attention to.
The first one, yeah.
I was 7 at the time, so not very old.
No.
But you were able to kind of know what's going on at that point. I was interested in it. I really wanted it. So it got debuted sort of in 93 when it was announced as Project Reality. And one of the things that is the most interesting about the 64 that probably nobody knows about, I doubt you know about this, but the people that designed and came up with most of the hardware, like the specs inside,
Yeah.
they were called Silicon Graphics. And they originally approached Sega with their products.
Oh.
They're like, hey, do you guys want to use this for your next Sega machine? So they turned it down.
Oh.
They didn't want to do it. They didn't like the cartridge thing. They wanted to go CD-ROM instead because they already had a Sega CD out at this point.
Yeah.
So they didn't really want to, and then eventually Nintendo got into talks with them, and Nintendo signed the deal. They went with it from there. So that's pretty interesting.
I'm wondering what a Sega 64 would have been like. Imagine that.
Yeah, it would have been weird, but
I'm wondering what
Sega was ahead of the curve with their CD stuff.
yeah, even though it didn't do as well as the N64 did.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, it's sort of close. Kind of. But yeah, so 93 it gets announced as Project Reality, which was a big deal.
Oh, that's what the codename was?
Yeah.
The N64 Project Reality. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it was a big deal. They kept on coming up with different code names. It was eventually called... Oh, man, I can't remember. Something else. Whatever. Eventually they went with 64. And another funny thing, IGN used to be called Nintendo64.com.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They totally guessed on what this console was going to be. And their original website address was Nintendo64.com that they eventually just gave to Nintendo once they came up with the 64.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Was IGN still what IGN was back then?
They weren't as big. Like, this is in like 95.
But they were
96,
still the
right?
same, like...
But they were, yeah, exactly what they were doing.
But they were called Nintendo
They were
64.
called Nintendo64.com.
And were they just solely related with N64?
They focused mostly on Nintendo stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I had to imagine, because Nintendo's in their damn website name.
Yeah.
And then they gave it to Nintendo. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Wow.
they just gave it to them. They didn't ask for any money or anything, so that was kind of cool. Yeah, so originally Nintendo wanted to price this thing at $50 more than the PS1 and the Sega Saturn, but they quickly realized that probably wouldn't be a good idea, so they dropped it by $50 to be on point with Sega Saturn and PS1.
Makes sense.
So, whatever, that's kind of neat. Time magazine in 96 called it the Machine of the Year.
I think I actually knew that.
Yeah, that
Of all the facts to know, I think I know that
They
one.
were very impressed with the 64 because it was the first system to do 3D that way,
Yeah.
which was pretty crazy. I mean,
For the time?
Mario
Absolutely.
64, it still blows me away. I'll never forget the first time I saw that game and played it. I was just completely blown away. It was amazing.
Yeah, I'll have to compare that game to like other really crap titles on the N64. How do you go from A to B like that?
Yeah, I don't
Right?
know. I mean, they basically designed this controller and whole console around that one game,
Mario 64?
which they knew was going to sell well.
And they did.
And when it launched in 96, it's the funny thing. It launched in 96, but Mario 64 wasn't packed into the game.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. There was only two options. There was Pilot Wing 64 and Super Mario 64. So, what?
Pilot Wing.
Yeah, what are you going to buy?
I'm thinking of a Pilot Wing.
Yeah,
That's
you're a
not-
big Pilot Wing fan?
I'm big on the Pilot Wing.
You're a big fan of the Pilot
I
Wing.
love that franchise.
But for the first 3 years of that system's life, Mario 64 and the Nintendo 64 console were sold 1-to-1 ratio for 3 straight years.
Really?
Meaning every single person that bought this 64 bought Mario 64.
Explains why everybody has that damn game.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Yep.
I know when I got my N64 in 2005, like the GameCube was a thing already. The game I got with it was Mario 64.
Yeah. Well, of course.
But 2 years earlier, my brother got the Donkey Kong 64 bundle. That's what he
Okay.
got with the green console. But yeah, my first game on the N64 was Super Mario 64. So there you go.
Yeah, it's the number one game you can imagine. Like,
For the console, yeah.
Yeah, it's just perfect. Like, what more would you want?
A better camera system, maybe? Even though it's actually not that bad. I go along with that because that's like the world's mentality on it. I don't think it's that terrible.
It's really not that bad.
No, it's quite fine.
So, for the first 2 years, it actually outsold PS1 and Sega Saturn, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But holy shit, did that take a downturn after that.
The N64?
Yeah. The sales dropped considerably after that. Eventually, out of the three, Sega Saturn, PS1, 64, Sega Saturn was on the bottom because Sega didn't know what the hell they were doing. They had no idea. They ended up selling 13.4 million units.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nintendo 64 finished second at 32.9 million units. And PS1 just completely destroyed them at 102 million units.
Well, the PS1 was pretty damn awesome. I like that console a lot.
Yeah.
Not as much as the N64, granted. But
And you can sum it up in 3 letters why the PS1 did better than the 64.
PS1.
RPG.
Yeah. There's a shit ton of that on that console.
Yeah. So, what the 64 did wrong? Cartridges was a terrible idea. Cost way more for these publishers and the makers of these games to make these games because cartridges cost a lot.
Yeah, I guess it was going head to head with 2 CD based.
Like, think of a CD. A CD costs damn near nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. And you can have so much more data on a CD than you can have on these cartridges. And what? 1 CD is not enough? We can do 4. So you get 4 CDs instead of just 1 cartridge. So that was the biggest reason that the 64 did not sell very well and ended up not being that successful.
Yeah.
Was that choice.
I never really thought they went head to head with CD based consoles. I kind of. Like, I've never actually thought about that time era. I always assumed it was with other cartridge based.
Nope.
But yeah, I guess
They
you're
were
right.
the only ones.
It's a little interesting. You have any other things else they did wrong?
Well, you can add in some stuff here too.
I mean, I didn't prepare at all. I would think the Nintendo 64, their game library, which you bitch about a lot,
Yeah.
and I fight with you, even though you're right. There wasn't enough good games on the N64. Like, the ones that were on it are amazing, which is why I always defend it, but there was so much trash on that console. Like, I don't know. I can't think of what comes to mind. But I'm thinking about the PS1 and all the... Yeah, you said there's a lot of RPGs in that console, which are a huge fan favorite type kind of franchise of game. There's what, 2? 3? 2 on the N64?
The ones that I can recall are Aiden Chronicles, Quest 64, Paper Mario, Hybrid Heaven.
There you go.
That's about all I got.
That's the RPG library of the Nintendo 64.
And there's literally probably 100 decent RPGs
Yeah.
on PS1.
I'd have to say the N64 wasn't powerful enough. They just didn't make it strong enough to compete with the PS1. Like, I don't know, you'd have a lot of frame rate issues on that thing. The graphics weren't... I mean, on some games, I feel like they outdid themselves for the time. But on so many of the N64 on the games library were just trash looking.
Yeah.
Can you agree with me on that? Because, like, I don't know how Mario 64 got away with being so pretty. But, like, so many other games could not hit that peak of what Mario 64 did. So I don't...
Overall, 64 was a more powerful system than PS1.
Then why wasn't it utilized like that? I don't understand.
Because it was all... It came more down to the format of the games. Like, it was all cartridge, right? Like, if they could have had a disc drive of some sort, which they did eventually make...
Yeah, apparently.
But they really didn't want to make that thing. They came out with this Nintendo 64 DD, which stood for disc drive. That was only available in Japan. We never got it here. Basically, they had signed a contract with Netscape, I think they were called in Japan, where they had to produce these games and these systems for the DD specifically. and it was a subscription-based thing. You paid a certain amount a month, and you got access to these games. It had an online feature, sort of,
Wow.
in Japan. And the only reason it came to be a thing was they had a contract signed with Nintendo, so they had to do it. There was no option. But recently, somebody uncovered a North American development kit of the DD, which is very cool.
That's pretty damn cool.
Very cool. So that means that they did think about bringing it here at some point.
Yeah, enough to actually produce it as a thing.
Yep.
How many games do they actually offer on that?
On the DD?
Yeah.
It wasn't very many.
Like the Virtual Boy library?
Yeah, around that, like maybe 10 to 20.
Oh, brutal.
Not very much.
Yeah. Still, I think that's really cool.
But wasn't that so much fun on these older consoles? You would look at the bottom of the console and there'd be like 3 mystery ports.
Oh yeah, you have no idea what the hell they're for.
You never knew what that was going to be for.
Yeah.
And they had, like, obviously you knew there was so many ideas. It would be so much fun to sit in a board meeting back in the day for what these were supposed to be.
What the hell are these supposed to do? Yeah, I like the thought of that.
That would be very cool. Whatever, that kind of stuff always interests me. But whatever, that's just me. And I think another reason where they went wrong was their partnership with Square took a huge hit when they basically went to Square and they said, we want your games only on 64, not on PS1, and we're doing this cartridge bullshit thing, no discs. So yeah,
Nintendo's a very, I want to be different and I want to be exclusive kind of company.
Yeah.
So that's why they would do that.
And Square said no way, and they never looked back. They did a great job. They made the PS1 what the PS1 is.
I bet Nintendo regrets that decision.
But what did they do good? I don't have a lot of things they did. I mean, their first party stuff was top tier. It was very good.
Yeah, you actually made that comment the other day, and I didn't really think about it, and you got me thinking about it, and you're right, what you said. Shane mentioned that for Nintendo, all their first party stuff is generally pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like on the GameCube, on the N64. But any third party thing that comes out on these consoles is always just not what it could be.
No, it's just not there quality-wise.
And I never really considered that thought, but yeah, I think you're absolutely right when it comes down to it. I don't know, the third party library on the Nintendo 64 could have been a lot better. I don't know why, but the first party stuff just was more capable. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it was a Nintendo and this was their system?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe it's because they knew how to function the thing properly and other people didn't, because it's like this weird, oh yeah, you're using cartridges, we're gonna try and figure this shit out for your system.
Yeah, because say you're Nintendo,
Hey.
and I'm not. So I'm like, hey, you're really doing cartridges?
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't talk to you. You're not part of Nintendo.
Oh.
I don't talk to other companies.
Alright, well, can we get a development kit early? Can you guys look at what we're doing so far? Can you give us some guidance? Alright, Superman 64 it is. That's basically how it went. They were very shitty on talking with the third-party companies and trying to help them out with this. They pretty much just said, you're on your own.
Figure out our console.
Good luck. There you go. And it did horribly.
Imagine Nintendo went like total Nintendo and just said no third party games. Then you literally would have like 11 games on the N64. Or
Basically.
Whatever the hell it would be.
You could have a solid lineup, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, just a very small one. Whatever. Is that what you got for your list?
That's about it. The controller was kind of eh.
I was waiting for that. I've never seen the Sega CD's controller. Like, what is it?
Oh, it's the Genesis controller.
Oh, is it the same?
Yeah.
Okay, well, then thinking about that, you have the N64 plastic, weird, pitchfork-looking thing.
Yeah.
Compared to the PS1 controller and the Sega controller. I think the PS1...
Well, the Sega Saturn is different than the Sega CD.
Yeah, but you're talking about the Genesis. That's the controller the CD used, right?
Yeah, but Sega Saturn was more in line with 64 and PS1.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay, well. What's the Saturn look like? Like, I know I've seen it, I just need
it's a better version of the Genesis, but still similar.
Okay.
No analog sticks.
So out of the three of that generation, which would you...
Not true. They eventually came out with an analog stick.
Well, then I don't know. But out of those
I
three,
don't know.
which would you pick based on the controller alone?
I hate them all. I probably prefer the Saturn over the rest of them, actually.
I think I take the PS1 controller,
No, I hate that controller.
but with the analog sticks.
Nope, I hate that.
Really?
I hate those bullshit analog sticks. They did a horrible job with that.
No, I think it did better than the N64. Although I still love the N64 controller, even though it's a badly designed controller. Whatever. That's Nintendo. That's the N64. Thanks for your participation in shitting on my console.
Somehow it sold better than the GameCube. That still kind of blows my mind.
I don't understand why the GameCube sold as bad as it did.
The mini discs.
Why is that a big deal? I don't get it. I don't understand. They're cool. I like them.
Yeah, but it's a third of the data you can get on a full disc.
So? That thing was a little purple lunch. The gimmick of it was small and portable.
Yeah, it was a little purse. It was Miyamoto's handbag thing.
Exactly. Compare that to the damn Xbox.
Holy shit, that thing was big.
Like, holy shit. Try to carry that around.
Yeah, they wouldn't even let that go on like your flights when you're flying out of somewhere.
No, I bet not. Because, damn, the thing's heavy, too. Whatever, we're going to move on. That was a 3-topic discussion. Next up, we have our video game fights segment. You know, guys, know how this works. We have a low tier and a high tier character, which we're going to pit against each other, and we're going to decide which one would win in a fight. If you guys disagree with our outcome, please state so in the chat. My low tier this week is going to be the one and only Tails from the Sonic series.
Okay, interesting.
He's my idea.
This is interesting.
This would be my idea.
So, Tails can fly aircraft.
You can. That's correct.
My character can also fly aircraft.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I picked Diddy Kong.
Diddy Kong.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't expect that.
So, Diddy Kong has access to a jetpack.
Yeah.
He can fly planes, as he did in Diddy Kong Racing.
I mean, I guess. He can also have a boat, then.
Yeah. I feel like Tails is smarter than Diddy.
Well, yeah. Diddy's kind of... I don't know. Of all the Kongs, who do you think's the smartest? Excluding Cranky Kong.
Funky.
Funky? Man, I love Funky.
Yeah.
His theme music in 64 was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
That military, I'm gonna fuck your bitch soundtrack.
There was so much attitude in Donkey Kong 64.
I know, I loved it. It was so good. Anyway, yeah.
So this is going to be an aerial battle. This is very interesting.
They have to have their plane? Is that what we're doing here?
They don't have to, but they both have access to it.
Okay. They have,
So
okay.
if one of them jumps into it, the other one goes too.
Well, I gotta say, Tails on the ground. There's not much he can offer.
Same with Diddy Kong. He's got
He's got
these peanut
He's
pistols.
got his peanut pistols. But what's
Is Tails allergic to peanuts? Let's get that over quick.
It's a very good question. It's a very good question. I'm gonna find that out right now.
Because if that's the case, I win.
Siri, is Tails from Sonic the Hedgehog allergic to peanuts?
Okay, I found this on the web for is Tails from Sonic the Hedgehog allergic to peanuts?
No! Tails is not
He's
allergic.
not allergic to peanuts. Okay, well, here we go with that first.
I know, that's a good. It's a good shot. It's a
Yeah,
good,
so many people are allergic to that shit now. You never know.
I mean, he's a whatever. I'm thinking in this fight, realistically, Tails would go for the plane because that's where his strengths lie, and I imagine Diddy would do the same then. He's not gonna stay on the ground and try and shoot me down with his peanuts. Let's see how that's gonna go. I'm trying to think of what Tails' plane has. It has no guns.
But you're kind of wrong there.
Am I? In what game does it have
Sonic Adventure 2, he had these little robot machine things that had guns.
on his plane?
Not really a plane.
He had this little.
Yeah, but he had that robot machine with guns. And I'm trying to figure a way how I can beat that.
The mech that goes on the ground.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about? Okay. Fine, I have that, but I can't do that in the sky. Although I can shoot your plane down. Or your
You can.
jetpack. Or whatever you Diddy's
I don't know if
using.
you could shoot the jetpack.
I mean, it's a little
The
small,
plane,
but...
the plane you could shoot down.
I mean, if I just shoot Diddy, like in a jetpack, he's...
But the missiles that you shoot out of that thing are pretty slow.
fair. But I like to point out that I'm shooting missiles and you're shooting peanuts. Do you want to put that on the table for a second? I don't know what your comeback to that is, so... Not to mention, if you take my plane down, I still have the aerial advantage. Because I can fly without that thing.
You can.
I can fly without it.
You can fly without it.
I happen to have 2 tails that allow me to do that.
See, I feel like both our characters have a 100 rating in evasion and their attack power.
Yeah?
Diddy is about a 1 attack power and Tails is about a 2. That's kind of how I see it.
I mean, I have guns. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Here. I got real guns.
That stupid Sonic Adventure 2 is going to kill me here, I think.
I think this moment is why that game is the best Sonic game. 3D Sonic game. Let me clarify that very quickly. You giving it to Tails? Or do you have some sort of... I want to pull this out of my ass. And
I'm trying to pull something. I don't know if I can. I really don't know if I can.
I don't know. Diddy Kong never gets anything else in any other games that, like...
Can Diddy Kong call a friend?
No.
Can I call a friend?
If I can call him Sonic, then...
No, I don't know if I can do it.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna give it to Tails.
Son of a bitch.
Boomstick. I liked that one. That was kind of cool. I didn't expect it to be that even on a playing field.
That was very even. That's probably the closest one we've had.
Yeah. If anybody has any other thoughts on that, please leave it in the chat, and we'll definitely state it. Who did you pick for your high tier?
My high tier, Charizard.
Charizard. Oh shit! I think you got 2 kind of cool ones.
Okay.
I went really because I know we've had a lot of struggles in the past where we keep picking characters we don't know. So I went with something that everybody knows.
Okay.
I find personally that you resemble this character, like almost to a T.
Okay.
Little indie character. I think he was on the Panasonic 3DO.
Probably.
Bowser.
Oh.
Bowser? Yeah, King of Koopas.
Or is it Bowser?
A Bowser? King Koopa? I don't know.
Bowser.
Yeah.
Both fire breathing.
Both dragon, dinosaur, fire breathing. Man.
This is not, like, we don't even tell each other who we're going up against. Like, this is all...
Yeah, this is all just on the fly. We make it up beforehand and then just hope it's kind of even. Shit, okay. So I'm noticing right away you have an aerial advantage. Although that's not entirely true, I have my Bowser clown car. Which I can...
Yeah.
I can rep that thing around.
You can.
I'm surprised you pick a Pokemon. You're not big on Pokemon.
I'm not big on the Pokemon.
Not big on the Pokemon. I'm not big on the Bowser.
But I have a closing statement that's going to win.
Do you?
I do.
Because your fire ability...
So I'm going to try and not use that one until I have to.
Okay. Fine.
So, yeah, I can fly around you. You can sort of fly with your little bullshit clown car.
Bullshit. I mean, you got a lot more maneuver ability than I do. But I can still get up there. That's what matters to me.
Sure.
I can get up there.
See, Bowser runs out of fire.
Charizard does too.
Does he?
Are we talking like Pokemon games, Charizard?
Yeah.
Then yeah, he does. You can use your Fire Blast 5 times, and then it's done.
That's a whole lot of fire.
That's five Fire Blasts. Unless you upgraded the PP before the fight. I don't know what you did.
Might have.
What level is this Charizard?
It's like a level 999.
See, okay, fine. That's fine. My Bowser's level 7. I think that's an even playing field. I'm just thinking your fire. I don't care if it doesn't run out. I got a shell I can hide in. A fire retardant shell. So.
But all he needs to do is jump over you and drop the bridge, and you're dead.
No one says I'm on a bridge.
Well, that's where you were.
We're on an island.
That's where you were for the first game.
But we're on an island now.
Okay.
You gonna burn the island? Is that what we're gonna do?
Yeah, we probably would burn the island.
The island's probably gonna burn. So we're gonna be on a sandy plain.
The reason Charizard wins here
Yeah.
is the definition of his abilities, if you look it up, which I did. His fire can burn literally everything.
That's what they define it as?
Literally everything.
You Googled this?
Yes.
This was on his Pokemon card or what?
Something like that. But from Game Freak and from Nintendo, his fire can burn literally everything.
So what you're saying is if Bowser had the Star Rod, as per Paper Mario.
You don't have a Star Rod.
But if I did,
you don't have a Star Rod.
and I turned invincible, you could burn through that?
Literally
That's
everything.
Those are the 2 words they used?
See? It's a tie.
I feel like that's a technicality that you're winning on here. You're winning on a fucking
He
technicality.
burns literally everything. What am I supposed to say here?
What if I googled Bowser before the fight? I'm sure I can find a website where it says burned literally everything.
No, I don't think so.
I'll give it to you. Fine. Purely on that technicality that you googled it.
I did. I'm not a big Pokemon guy.
Well, that's the only reason I'm believe you didn't just bullshit it. I'm making this up because I want to win. Fine. You can burn literally anything. Although we have someone in the chat going back to the Tails thing. Without a Chaos Emerald, it wouldn't be able to transform, and I'm unsure on the weapons there.
That's true. He did have a Chaos Emerald to power that mech, but you might have it.
I think I'd have it.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure Sonic had all the Chaos Emeralds in
Bowser can't block the fire with the shell because Charizard can burn literally everything.
Apparently, literally everything.
Literally everything.
Iron. He could burn Superman.
Literally everything.
Concrete.
Literally everything.
Wow.
Yeah, you got nothing.
So that makes me think about Pokemon. Why doesn't every Pokemon just die? Like when Charizard
Right?
goes against it. If it burns literally... Water. It burns water. Like, just think about that.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
The air around him, he's gonna burn himself. It's just gonna catch himself on fire.
Oh, eventually, if he would keep it going, but...
Whatever. I'll give it to Charizard. Charizard can take the high tier match. Just because he can burn.
High
Literally
tier was
everything.
worth 2 points, I think. So I think I won this one.
No, I think it was a tie. I think that's a draw.
I kind of...
I
Well, whatever.
think it's a draw.
I think I win.
Did you come up with a Hall of Shame this week?
With the Hall of Shame.
A Hall of Shame.
I did.
All right, perfect. Then we're going to move on to Hall of Shame, which is going to be a game that me and Shane have each personally played. Kind of like the Gems theme we did earlier, but a game that we played and just were disappointed with. Didn't like it. We didn't necessarily go in with great expectations, but like we were disappointed with the outcome of it. My choice was Cruisin' USA for the Nintendo 64. I didn't go in expecting anything, but I came out of that experience with less than I went in with. It was, if you haven't played it, it's an arcade machine-style racing game. The tracks are very boring. Like, I'm talking more so than Super Mario Kart boring. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah, I would agree with you there.
There's no pizzazz in that game whatsoever. But what really gets me is the music in the damn game. I think it's just 80s porn recorded with a rock band microphone. No, the Hey You Pikachu microphone.
There you go.
There we go. Because you listen to it, and the song, I don't know if it's in every level, but I remember in one particular one, it was just a woman moaning for the entire...
Yeah, that's not even a lie.
No, like, look this shit up. It's real. It's just a... for the whole damn track.
Yeah.
And, like, maybe it'd be okay, because, I don't know, it's a woman moaning, fine. But, like, the race itself is so boring. There's no pizzazz to the game. They didn't do anything to... There's no items. It's just a straight shot, couple wines, finish the lap, and there you go.
Yeah.
As probably one of the worst racing games I've played on any console.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't very good.
I'm surprised you played it, to be quite honest.
Oh, I was a big fan of Cruising the World.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sure.
Much better game.
Is it? I've never played that one, just USA.
Oh, much better game.
On the, what console?
64.
Oh, for real?
Yep.
Shit.
So my Hall of Shame.
Is it gonna hurt me at all, or is it gonna be...
It's a sequel. And the first one, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
9.9 out of 10. Awesome.
If you're gonna say Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, I'm gonna kick you in the teeth.
Might happen. We'll see. But it's on the Super Nintendo, so
Oh,
it's not
thank
that
good
one.
God, okay.
But Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's
Oh.
Island.
Mario World!
What the hell happened? For real. What in the hell happened?
I don't know anything about Mario World 2.
Really?
I don't know a single thing about that game.
So Mario World 1 was the system seller. This is the game that you can play for hours. It's an awesome game, tight as shit, music's good, everything's perfect. And then Mario 2. Oh, you thought you were going to be playing as Mario? No. Baby Mario.
Yeah.
And
No, I did know that.
You
I
guys,
actually did know that.
You guys really like this Yoshi guy. We're going to keep going with the Yoshi, so you're riding the Yoshi. But if you get hit, and you fall off the Yoshi, I'm gonna whine like a complete bitch the entire time until Yoshi can get me back. Basically, it's like parenting in a video game.
Parenting Simulator,
Parent
1991.
Simulator 94.
There you go.
95, whenever the hell this stupid game came out. So, I'm happy I wasn't old enough to have pre-ordered this game and dropped a full $80 on it.
Ugh.
But it's complete trash.
I think in that whole era, Nintendo just didn't understand how to do a sequel.
No.
Because Super Mario Bros. 2 was a disappointment for a lot of people. Mario World 2? I actually did know that it started Baby Mario. I just blanked on that for a minute there. I can't really give it a pay. I've never played it. Like I've never,
it is not good.
because I love Mario Bros. 1. Not Mario World 1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Complete garbage. Just
I wasn't expecting
Terrible.
I wasn't expecting a Mario title. Nevertheless, a Mario title on the SNES from you.
yeah, I keep picking these Mario games. Like Double Dash was terrible. This was terrible.
Terrible. Such an overstretched word.
Oh,
Yeah, it is.
Nope, it's
You're
not.
just disappointed it didn't have enough tracks. If it had double the tracks, I think you'd be totally okay with that game.
maybe, but it didn't.
Fair enough. Whatever. I don't know. I think I had a good choice. I gotta play that game. I don't know.
No,
Is it in the shop?
no,
Oh, you don't have a copy of it.
no.
I want to boot that game up and try it.
It's not very
If
good.
it's really that bad.
We'll do a Let's Play sometime.
I mean, we keep saying all these games we're gonna Let's Play. I haven't Let's Played one yet, I've noticed.
We need to Let's Play once a week.
We're gonna get on that eventually.
We really should.
We're gonna get on that. We'll get towards playing that.
Yeah.
Either way, everyone, that's going to do it for Hall of Shame, which is going to wrap us up on the podcast, episode 4. Thank you, everybody, for coming out this week. Again, shout out to everyone who's been supporting what we're doing. I've gotten a few feedback comments on Twitter from people like Quasi Dog, my buddy Goose, who've just given us tips and stuff on what we can be doing better, and I really appreciate it. This is something new for me and Shane, so I don't know, it's exciting. And yeah, that's going to do it for this week. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. We'll be back again next week, Tuesday. 9:30 p.m. CST, whatever time that is in your time zone. Again, I'm still looking to get a watch for every time zone. That's still my goal.
Yeah.
We didn't get to do the shrooms thing this week. We didn't.
Oh, that's what we forgot.
That's what we forgot. Our
You
shroom
know,
supplier wasn't
Last
around.
minute, he dropped out. He wasn't able to make it.
So we're gonna have to push that back till he gets back from.
What was the other advice we got on the podcast?
the other advice?
Yeah, and it was right up there with how bad the shrooms was. You remember that?
Oh, it was another guy who said.
But I forget.
Was that in the skate shop? Was
Yeah,
that,
that's
that's
where
where it happened. You
Oh,
should.
man.
Oh yeah, we got some other shitty advice for what we should do on this.
Just
show.
as bad as the shrooms thing.
Yeah, just as bad. Like, equally, if not worse. And yeah, just a special shout out to Blaze for being an awesome moderator for the chat. Anyway, thank you everyone for hanging out, and we'll catch you guys next week. Have a great night, and never give up.
3DO for life.
3DO, N64, Master System, Genesis for life.
Experience.
Experience bonus round.